In our iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max review, we really like the powerful A18 Pro chip, the camera improvements, and the promise of Apple Intelligence. There is now more parity than ever in the iPhone Pro lineup, but that doesn't mean it's an easy call to make between the iPhone 16 Pro and the Pro Max. So how do you decide on which is the best iPhone for you? I'll give you everything that you need to know, and if there's anything this video doesn't answer, hit me up in the comments and I'll get back to you. Alright, there's the numbers, which I'll get to, and then there's how these iPhones feel in your hand. The regular iPhone 16 Pro has a 6.3-inch display, which is up from 6.1 inches on the iPhone 15 Pro. I don't have big hands, but I think it's still fairly easy to use this phone with one hand. Not so for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The iPhone 16 Pro Max sports a ginormous 6.9-inch screen, which is the largest display on a phone that we've tested that's not a foldable. It's a pretty sizable jump from the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and to me results in a phone that's pretty much a two-handed affair. Yes, both of the new iPhone 16 Pro phones have slimmer bezels, which helps, but I still find it a stretch to reach to the other side of the Pro Max with my thumb when using it with one hand, and there's a full ounce separating these flagship phones. If you're going to be watching a lot of video on your phone and taking and reviewing a lot of photos, having the larger display on the iPhone 16 Pro Max will be totally worth it, but you're going to pay for it in terms of everyday comfort and how it feels in your pocket. Apple has confirmed that the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max are equipped with larger batteries, and we saw seriously improved endurance in our testing. On the Tom's Guide battery test, which involves continuous web surfing over 5G at 150 nits of screen brightness, the iPhone 16 Pro Max lasted an epic 18 hours and 6 minutes. That's nearly 4 hours longer than the iPhone 15 Pro Max and good enough to land in the top 3 in our best phone battery life list. Now, the iPhone 16 Pro is no slouch. It endured for 1407, which is very good and should get you through a good portion of your day in terms of mixed usage. Our test only measures a single activity. So what about price? The iPhone 16 Pro starts at $999 for 128 gigs of storage. Meanwhile, the iPhone 16 Pro Max has 256 gigs standard and starts at $1199. A $200 difference is pretty big between the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. In fact, you could upgrade to 256 gigs of storage for the iPhone 16 Pro and still save $100 versus the Pro Max. So if you don't mind carrying around a smaller phone, the regular iPhone 16 Pro is the value pick. No matter what you do, avoid paying full price by checking out our iPhone 16 Deals Roundup. There's a ton of discounts out there already. Overall, I'm personally torn between which iPhone 16 Pro model I'd buy. I think the iPhone 16 Pro is the best option for shoppers willing to spend $999 or more on one of the best phones. You get the same strong A18 Pro performance as the Pro Max, very capable cameras, and Apple Intelligence features in a more compact design. I especially like that you get all of these benefits for $200 less. On the other hand, I love the immersive 6.9-inch display on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I'd rather have this screen when I'm streaming Netflix, playing games, or just using it as a viewfinder for my next photo or video. And the over 18 hours of battery life in our testing is absolutely stellar. I just wish it was easier to use in one hand. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below and ask any extra questions you have about the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max. Don't forget, you can check out my full review of these two devices on the channel, as well as the written review on tomsguide.com. There, you can also find Kate's review of the Apple Watch 10 and John's photo shootouts where he's seeing if the iPhone 16 Pro Max can best the Galaxy S24 Ultra and the Pixel 9 Pro XL. For everything else, follow us on social at Tom's Guide. For Tom's Guide, I'm Mark Spoonhour.